Good evening from wherever you're watching us from tonight. We have started the countdown heading to the new year. We only have 4 days to the new year. Much has happened today, including the impeachment hearing of the embattled Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza. That and much more after the highlights. Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza denies all 5 charges that led to her impeachment as Senate hearing begins today. Holidaymakers urged to exercise caution on the beach as security intensifies in Mombasa County. NEMA cautions county governments to refrain from clearing existing forests. And we explore an application connecting small farmers and buyers across the world. Welcome to the broadcast. My name is Anne Odida. I'm in the company of Winfred Mudhoni, our sign language interpreter tonight. Let's get right into it. Now, Meru County Governor Kawira Mwangaza has denied all the 5 charges leveled against her by the Meru County Assembly. The governor pleaded not guilty to nepotism, forceful entry into the assembly, and violation of public finance management laws. The MCA also accused Mwangaza of misleading campaigns against other leaders in the county. Senators will interrogate these allegations before Friday, 31st December, when they are expected to table their report in plenary.
The 11-member special committee set up to hear and determine the proposed removal from office of Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza started its sittings today morning, with the chairman and senator for Kakamega Boni Khalwale promising to conduct a fair and just hearing in line with the law.
The hearing of judges for proposed removal from office of the governor is one of the most important functions of the Senate under the Constitution. I therefore urge you all to exercise the highest level of responsibility and circumspection on this matter.
The governor was read all the charges against her, to which she pleaded not guilty.
And 4, engage in gross misconduct by A, bullying and inciting the public against the minority leader and the member of Assembly for Akithi Ward, Honorable Mwenda Ithili, the minority leader, at a public rally held at Mwerenkanga. B, requiring the minority leader to make a public apology for unknown and undisclosed wrongs at the public rally held at Mwerenkanga.
The MCAs, backed with video and documentary evidence, are illegal appointments, unlawful dismissals, and usurpation of the constitutional and statutory functions of county organs. Here, the MCAs have taken issue with the governor's appointment of her husband Murega Baichu as Meru County Youth Service Patron, a position they say is non-existent. This adds to roadside declarations of appointments and interference in the works of the county municipal board. The governor is also said to have violated public finance management laws, as well as misconduct relating to nomination of CECs.
The governor was at Tegoji Westward, and she was trashing the process that was used to reject one of the nominees from that area where she was. She was the nominee for youth. And then she says that even if the MCA for this area led the process of rejecting her, I'll bring her here as an administrator so that they can be pushing each other from here.
Governor Mwangaza says her impeachment would be a blow to democracy, adding that her case was hurried with no meaningful public participation. Dennis Omondi, KUTV.
Now, Mombasa Governor Abdul Swamad Nasir has announced that 7 rescue and patrol boats have been deployed along all public beaches in the county. The move, he said, is aimed at averting tragedies as visitors and locals throng the beaches to celebrate the holiday. Listen in.
Mombasa County Government has moved in to ensure there is safety at Kenyan beaches. This follows a Christmas Day accident that left a family mourning 2 of its kin who died at Pirate Beach, Mombasa County after their boat capsized. Mombasa Governor Abdul Swamad Nasir has announced the deployment of patrol boats in the county that will each have a Kenya Coast Guard officer, a lifeguard, as well as youth with diving experience recruited by the county for this festive season.
Nimefanya mpangilio, kutakuwa na boat 7 za patrol that will be moving around area hii ambapo kwamba ndio the most frequented area. Kutakuwa na boat 4, kisha baada hapo katika island pia kutakuwa na boats, na from there the Likoni side ambapo kwamba watu wanajivinjari katika maeneo ya Shelly Beach na sehemu ya Jomvu, pande za Mkupe, all areas ambapo kwamba ni recreational areas.
Early on Monday, the Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya banned swimming along the beaches of Indian Ocean past 5:30 p.m. following the death of 2 family members on Sunday, a directive that the government said it will need further consultation.
He does have his reasonings, but there's some things as well that are devolved, and we will be in consultation with him to be able to see how we can be able to improve the issues instead of just automatically putting a ban.
Meanwhile, Jomo Kenyatta and other public beaches, as well as Mama Ngina Gardens, are spilling over with the humanity of thousands of holiday makers on leisure. The revelers are back to beach life after nearly 3 years of restriction due to COVID-19 pandemic to enjoy water sports, camel ride, and water skiing.
Nimetoka eneo la Changamwe kwa ajili ya kujivinjari kwa sababu kumekuwa na wakati mgumu wa mwaka ule mwingine ambapo hatukushuhudia watu wengi kama tunavyoshuhudia sasa. Ikabidi nikasema kwamba lazima nikaweze kufika hapa kwa ajili ya kuja kujionea mandhari ambayo yako hapa, maana wakati wa COVID-19 tuliweza kuteseka sana.
As the excitement that comes with the festivities for the most families continue to be evident with the huge number of visitors making the merry at the coast region, holiday makers have been urged to take caution while at the beaches in order to avert accidents. Auma Evans for KUTV, Nairobi.
Now, as a way of giving back to the communities that raised them, Kenyans living abroad have donated food items to hunger-stricken residents of Kangaita village in Gatundu North, Kiambu County. The donors explained this as a way of remembering where they came from and trying to improve the lives of those still living in poverty.
Giving season went well for the residents of Kangaita area of Kiambu County, who have been greatly affected by the prolonged ravaging drought in the area, giving them no reason to celebrate the festivals. As members of their community, village elders lauded the diaspora residents for putting a smile on their faces by ensuring that all households have something to eat during the entire season of merrymaking.
Nashukuru sana kwa hawa watu, ni watoto wetu kutoka ng'ambo, walime kwenye faida na Mungu awalinde vizuri.
The residents have, however, pleaded with the government to create job opportunities so that they can be able to earn something and help feed their struggling families. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
Now, Migori anti-FGM stakeholders have asked the relevant agencies to stand in solidarity to help the escaped FGM girls in Kuria region, Migori County. Tunaweza NGO official Vincent Muita said that the stakeholders were doing a speedy response analysis to see how they can assist the escapees. Listening.
There is an increased number of FGM cases being reported as at now, according to police reports, and approximately over 312 girls have been rescued in different rescue spaces, and approximately over 26 girls are reported to have undergone the female genital cutting.
We have 64 girls who came here and are not cut. But again, we have another 4 girls who were brought here by the police from the court because their parents were arrested. The case is in court, so they have been brought here for care and protection.
County governments have been cautioned by National Environment Management Authority of Kenya, NEMA, to refrain from clearing existing forests to initiate development projects. According to NEMA, if encouraged, the move will deplete the forests and usher in a state of dissatisfaction with the attendant climate change effects. Speaking at Emborogo Children's Orphanage Home in Kisii County, where he donated foodstuffs to the children, NEMA Director Samuel Nyangeso decried Emborogo Forest, calling for a reforestation at the one-time local government-owned forest, starting off with leading an exercise in which over 1,000 seedlings were planted.
Kaunti zetu zote za Kenya siepukane kuingilia mambo ya forest kama hizi, kuanza kuweka miradi fulani ya maendeleo, kwa sababu wakianza kukata miti kama hii sasa, waseme wanataka kuweka institution mahali hapa ama waweke kitu fulani hapa ama wafanye miradi mingine, ni kumaanisha hapa sasa miti yote karibu 5,000 imetoka.
UN Women Kenya, in collaboration with Honda Kenya, has trained 30 motorcycle taxi operators from Kakuma town on safety riding as well as gender-based violence prevention and response, culminating with a showcase at the Kakuma airstrip. The training sensitized the taxi drivers on the available GBV response services and locations where the services could be assessed across the Kakuma refugee camps. Also, Honda Motorcycle Kenya Limited and the Automobile Association of Kenya AAK conducted a road safety awareness and traffic compliance training, and as a result, all the trainees were able to obtain the Kenyan motorcycle driving license issued by AAK. I beg your pardon. Now, teachers in Embu County have threatened to go to court to stop an advertisement on promotion of teachers by the Teachers Service Commission, TSC. The Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET Embu leadership said the promotions by TSC were discriminatory as diploma teachers, who are the bulk on the union, were not considered. The Embu branch KUPPET Executive Secretary Njiru Karura said the teachers will down tools and resort to mass action if the TSC will not rectify the mess he said had been there since 2012.
Kwa sababu walimu hawana raha, hata hatuoni umuhimu wa wakati huu muhimu sana wa Krismasi. Kwa sababu kwetu sidhani kama tutakaanga, kila kitu bei yake iko juu, isipokuwa mshahara tu wa mwalimu. Na hivi majuzi, wiki hii ilipokuwa inaanza, shirika la kuajiri walimu TSC walitangaza promotion za walimu, lakini walipotangaza hizi promotion waliachilia wale walimu wengi sana, wakapeana promotion za the fewer job groups.
All right, with that, we are taking our first short break here at KUTV. We are coming back with international stories. Stay tuned.
Wazazi wangu ni special sababu wananipenda sana na mimi nawapenda pia. Kabla ya kuzaliwa, nikikuwa kwa tumbo ya mom, aliamua kulilinda na UHC super cover. Wazazi wangu walinilinda na wakajilinda na UHC super cover. Wana kila kitu ya kutulinda. Waliniambia inalipia kutibiwa magonjwa mingi. So leo ningependa kuambia mami na dadi asanti kwa kutumia UHC Super Cover. I love you.
Wacha familia yako iwe bora kadri uwezo wao, maana UHC Super Cover tuko nawe. Je, jukumu lako ni lipi? Ni rahisi. Lipia NHIF yako kila mwezi ya shilingi 500 pekee ili kujali afya yako, ya familia na jamii. Iwapo hujajisajili kama memba wa NHIF, tembelea kituo cha NHIF au huduma center yote nchini. Bonyeza *155# kujisajili au download My NHIF app kwa Google Play na Apple Store kujisajili. UHC Super Cover. Sasa sote tuko sawa.
UHC Super Cover na NHIF. Sasa sote tuko sawa. Nchi moja yenye usawa. Tunasonga mbele pamoja. Nobody's left behind. One love, one people, sustainable health for everyone. NHIF inafaidi jamii, strong as one. Strong as one. Usawa ni umoja, usawa ni upendo, afya bora bila ubaguzi. UHC Super Cover. Usawa ni umoja, usawa ni upendo, afya bora bila ubaguzi. UHC Super Cover na NHIF.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
I'm the Chief Operating Officer, Savannah Circuit Tech, where we are a manufacturing company that specializes in solar cooling and stainless steel fabrication.
This is called Jarida. It is a system that it's used to manage clients.
We create a number of products, but I want to tell you a little bit about this thing called digital sculpting. We can then manufacture something like this, which is basically, and I hope you do recognize this. Please, KU, you should tell me that you too.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
Welcome back. Now let's continue with the bulletin. Aid workers say record drought in Somalia is hitting women and girls the hardest, putting them at risk of gender-based violence and seeing girls pulled out of school. Women and girls are forced to walk further from home to get water and education, making them vulnerable to attacks. Juma Majanga with that report.
Sunset in Adan Saliban camp for drought-displaced persons in Somaliland brings vile memories to this 35-year-old mother of 6. In November, as her husband was bedridden with illness and she was putting her kids to bed, a man stormed their daughter's hut and raped her. She does not wish to use her name due to stigma.
The lamp was still on, and so he saw me and came straight to me and started tearing off my clothes. I tried fighting back, but he overpowered me. Some people later responded to the noise and came to check, but he had already left.
Her case does not appear to be an isolated one in the drought-displaced camp of 2,000 households. Scores of Somali women and girls in the camp approached a reporter wanting to share their stories of being attacked, of fears for their children. Aid workers confirmed the problems of gender-based violence and sexual and gender-based violence. The nearest clinic offering counseling for survivors is almost 100 kilometers away. The Ainaba Health Center says reported cases of GBV from just a few camps have more than quadrupled since the drought to 20 per month, but many more go unreported due to stigma.
We give them psychosocial support. And if the person needs, we refer to legal, and we give them legal support.
Aid workers say the attacks have also worsened access to education, especially for girls. Hadija Kule and her 4 teenage daughters have been in Adan Saleban camp since March after drought killed all their livestock. She says her husband died from the stress. Kule pulled her daughters out of the nearest school, a 5-kilometer walk from the camp, afraid they could be attacked on the way.
Perpetrators are all over the camp, making it very risky for girls and women. I can't even send my daughters out alone. We've tried to form groups, so if they're going to fetch water or firewood, they go together during the day.
Care Somalia says there are 900,000 drought-displaced children at risk of dropping out of school in Somalia, with 43,000 in Somaliland's camp already out, most of them girls. Authorities say they are trying to beef up security, but remote IDP camps like Adan Saleban don't even have power for lights. As the sun goes down, women and girls already suffering from the Horn of Africa's worst drought in a half a century face another restless night. Juma Majanga for VOA News, Togdia, Somaliland.
Now, small farmers produce about 1/3 of the world's food, yet they lack global visibility and face many obstacles getting their crops to larger markets. A new app is helping to change that for some farmers in Africa. VOA's Julie Tabo has more.
Eva Bimolel, an onion farmer in Tanzania, used to sell her produce only locally. But now she's grown her customer base through Agramobile, an app that lets her market her goods to buyers beyond her hometown.
We now avoid middlemen who used to fix the price. Now, through the Agramobile app, we are receiving big profits since we can sell our goods to buyers directly.
Small farmers produce about 1/3 of the world's food, so making their goods more accessible to additional buyers is crucial at a time of global concerns about food security. The U.S. Department of Agriculture Foreign Agricultural Service has been supporting their expansion in Africa.
We really like the way that it brought together buyers and sellers and transporters and increased the efficiency for producers.
Which is the vision behind the app, says its founder, Andrew Mack.
It's designed for anybody who wants to make that connection between a small producer and the outside world.
While the app is free to the farmer, Agramobile makes money by providing data about crops to larger buyers. All farmers need is a smartphone to download the app, set up a quick profile, and post their product on the platform. Agramobile can then track when the goods have been planted and when they're ready for sale. Buyers and sellers can message each other over the app. Lady Sanabria Arias used Agramobile to find a new producer of guava from a different region of Colombia for her company's popular guava snack.
To date, we've made 35 purchases, about 1,000 baskets of red and white guava.
Apps like Agromoville are giving small farmers a foothold in a larger market to help feed an ever-growing population. Julie Tabo, VOA News, Washington.
Now let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports. With eyes set for the 2028 World Olympics, Kenya Lacrosse Federation has announced plans to introduce lacrosse sport in 15 more high school and 15 universities in the country in 2023. The aggressive campaign will nurture and prepare players to master the game as Kenya seeks a slot when World Lacrosse makes a debut in the World Olympics in 6 years' time.
The excitement of introducing lacrosse to universities follows a series of achievements made by the country in the sport when Kenya took a team to the World Lacrosse Under-19 Girls in Canada in 2019, representing Africa. Vice President of Kenya Lacrosse Federation, Fred Osore, said they have had discussions with Sports Director of Kibabi University, Desta University, United States International University Africa USIU, Kenyatta University, who have expressed an interest in the sport.
Starting next year, actually, we are rolling out a very robust program in a number of high schools that have expressed interest to have this sport. Kenya Lacrosse Federation will be partnering with some organizations out there, and we are targeting to reach 15 high schools.
The sport is currently played at St. Peter's Mumias Boys High School in Kakamega, Nangili Girls High School, St. Christopher Enyapora High School, Shibale, Koyanzo, Moi Girls Eldoret, Mukumbu Girls, Bishop Sulumeti High School, Kalaba High School, Maraba High School, with most of the schools being Western Kenya based.
Our aim is that as lacrosse is making an appearance at the Olympics, we want the Kenyan team to be there.
The Federation has identified coaches from the United States who will be posted in every university and high school where the sport is introduced for at least 3 weeks to train and mentor players. The coaches will additionally mentor a local coach so that after they leave, the local coaches can take over.
We want to post every coach in every university and in every high school for at least 3 weeks. And after that, we will bring all the high schools and universities together for a very, very major tournament and camp for lacrosse.
Lacrosse is a sport that oriented in America by the natives and was introduced in Kenya by Tom Tenthman, a player and a coach based in Wales. The game was first introduced in Mumias East in 2015. Each side of the team is made up of 12 players, consisting of a goalkeeper, midfielder, and an attacker who take part in the game.
Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli led a second-half turnaround against West Ham United to hand Arsenal a 3 hard-fought point at Emirates Stadium to extend their lead at the summit of English Premier table to 7 points. Benrahma converted from the spot to put West Ham United ahead before the Gunners marshaled their troops to fire 3 past the Hammers in the second half, courtesy of Bukayo Saka. Gabriel Martinelli and Eddie Nketiah goals.
I don't know, obviously we overcome a challenge, a difficult moment, on top of the injuries that we had with Gabi, with Emil, with